Investigators say that a Prescott man tried to start a race war ahead of November's election by carrying out a mass shooting targeting black people. New court records are showing how the months-long investigation played out. 12 News journalist Jonathan McCall spent the afternoon reading through these documents. And Jonathan, what did you learn?
Yeah, Mark Uribe. Mark Prieto said he wanted to carry that attack out at a rap concert in Georgia because that's where he would find a high concentration of black people. Tonight we've learned that he even tried to recruit an FBI informant and an undercover agent. Tonight, federal court records are revealing how the FBI broke up a plot to stop a mass shooting. Back in October, the FBI says it began its investigation into Mark Prieto after a confidential informant who spoke with him more than a dozen times over 3 years at various gun shows said Prieto called for a mass shooting targeting blacks, Jews, and Muslims before the 2024 presidential election. During a January gun show in Phoenix, Prieto tried recruiting that informant and an undercover FBI agent. According to court records, Prieto wanted to carry the plan out in Georgia because, he says, when he was a kid, that was one of the most conservative states in the country. More specifically, Prieto wanted to carry out the attack at a rap concert because he said there would be, quote, a high concentration of African Americans. During a February meetup at a gun show, Prieto began offering details of the plan, including the number of guns to be used. During this meetup, Prieto sold that undercover agent a gun for $2,000 and said he would also like to use grenades during the attack because it can, quote, cause panic. At another gun show in March in Prescott Valley, Prieto provided more specific details. That attack would take place in Atlanta at State Farm Arena on May 14th or 15th. Performing that night was rapper Bad Bunny. During that gun show, Prieto sold an AR-15 rifle to that undercover agent for $1,000 and told them to, quote, bring as many magazines as the gun could carry. In the following weeks, agents continued to monitor Prieto's movements. During an April meetup, Prieto continued to fine-tune his plans, even discussing heading east to do reconnaissance, but emphasized the attack, quote, must happen prior to the election and as soon as possible. Authorities arrested Prieto back on May 14th as he crossed into New Mexico. Investigators say he had several guns in his truck, even more found at his home in Prescott while executing a search warrant.
And Jonathan, do we know what Prieto told investigators after he was arrested?
Yeah, Karibe, he told investigators that he actually admitted to those conversations with that confidential informant as well as that undercover agent, saying that they did interact with those conversations, but he said that he was not planning to carry out that attack. And instead, when he was headed east on Interstate 40, he was headed to Florida to take care of his mom. Mark Karibe.
All right.
Hey YouTube world, Harvest is plenty. Thanks for stopping by to check out the video. Please don't forget to hit or smash that like button for me. So boy, the devil sure is busy. So when I heard this news story, a lot of things came to mind. The first thing that popped into my head was the grocery store, the Tops grocery store shooting in Buffalo, New York. And I'm sure you guys are aware of that. The second thing that came to mind was the kid who was found dead in the bathroom in Colorado, who had scribbled on the wall that he was not a killer. He was found with a gunshot wound to his head. He had full body armor. He had guns. He had grenades as well. And nobody seemed to ask, how could this young kid get body armor, rifles, grenades, so on and so forth, and what was he doing there? For those of you who don't know anything about that story, I will link that below as well. I thought about FBI Director Wray speaking on a highly coordinated attack that will take place on American soil. Guys, just know that we must stay vigilant. We must practice situational awareness. Stay away from large crowds. Between now and December 31st of this year, a lot of things must happen in order for them to move their plans forward for year 2025. Because their plans is event sequence driven. If certain events don't happen, then they can't move forward. So who knows if this particular guy was part of a larger plot? Who knows? Maybe it was organic, or maybe it was planned that way. There may be other individuals who have similar things in mind for other cities. So just be very careful. I have more videos coming up that's going to talk a little bit more about these things. But that's all I have for you right now. Love you guys. Stay safe out there. God bless to you and your family.